Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Spiritual Melinda, and thanks for being here with me. Today, we're going to do my very first pick a card. So, I'm going to be using my own deck, which is the Oracle, the Union Oracle, and it's pretty much all about Black love. So, I'm going to shuffle and pull out 3 cards, and depending on which card you pick, that'll be the message for you. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. So, okay. So I hope you all chose your card ahead of time. I got a few cards in reverse, and when I say I have a card in reverse, that means that they're upside down. So I am going to be working with reverses. So the very first card we have is Foundation. This card could mean a lot of things. It's from the foundation shoot. That's what I should have said. A man must build something bigger than himself to be whole. Now, I don't know specifically if the person who's watching this is a man, or if you are looking for a man, or if you are with a man, but pretty much this card can mean different things to different people. This card could be a woman in her masculine energy building things that, she has that in mind that outlast her. When there is no enemy within, the enemies outside you cannot hurt you. That's the proverb offered with this card. And I guess we can all pretty much understand that it's quite straightforward. But what the thing that just came to me while I was reading this is when you're at peace with yourself and what you're doing and what you're building, nothing could really affect you. Like, you're unstoppable. Life happens, and things, big things could happen, and you can have the small, minute things that happen on the day to day. But when you're working towards something and you're giving it your all and you're putting in your all, nothing, you're at peace. You can be at peace, having a plan and working the plan. Yeah. So I don't know who needs to hear this. Maybe it's time for you to come up with a plan and start working on a plan, or perhaps, you have a potential prospect. Does he have a plan? Has he worked on his plan? Is he happy with what he's working on, or what has worked on in the past that makes him the man who he is right now? Is that a missing element in a possible suitor or prospect? So that's card number 1. Card number 2 is actually in the reverse. And this card is also from the foundation shoot, and it's called the Patriarch. Maybe there's a lot of men watching this channel right now. So the Patriarch is the grounded man. And the proverb for this is, a man's true power is in how safe others feel in his presence. Now, I didn't even read my description. I'm not going to read it for the first one. Oh, maybe I will. Do you think I should read it for the first one, honey?
Yes.
Okay, so let me go back. Rewinds. I'm going to go back to the first card and just read what I wrote for the meaning, just so you can understand and get more information for yourself. The prompt, or what this card is asking you, is, what am I building that will outlive me? And this could very much be for a woman or a man. A man aligned with his purpose becomes unshakable. Exactly. I'm a builder, protector, and vessel of legacy. That's one of the affirmations that is offered through this card. And The meaning of this card is true masculinity is not measured by dominance, but by vision and action. A man becomes whole when he pours into others, when he serves, leads, and creates legacy through discipline and purpose. Whether through mentoring, protecting community, building a home, or planting seeds abroad, a real man makes impact. So I offer that to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to move back to the second card. This is card number 2, the Grounded Man, the Patriarch. And since I have the guidebook out, I'm just going to read what the meaning is for that one. A man's true power is in how safe others feel in his presence. What this card is asking is, are you creating a world where those you love feel safe emotionally, physically, and spiritually? The affirmation offered is, I protect with presence, not pressure. My strength is not in domination, but in devotion. You know, the meaning of this card is the patriarch is not simply a provider. He is a spiritual anchor, the emotional shelter, and the steady builder of legacy. This card reflects a masculine presence rooted in protection, not possession. His leadership doesn't come from barking orders, but from being dependable, discerning, and grounded. When this card appears, it's a call to assess the energy you bring to those who rely on you. Are you creating a world where those you love feel safe emotionally, physically, and spiritually? I'll read the reverse meaning because that is how the card came up. When reversed, this card reveals distortion and masculine protection, either through control masked as care, emotional detachment, or hyper-focus on provisions at the expense of connection. It calls for balance between protector and nurturer. Is your protection building trust or fear? So, again, I said this in my last video. I actually didn't say this in this video. When these cards appear, what you initially see or what you initially get from it is part of your own intuition. It's like a message that perhaps when you stop and watch a video, or when you stop and pay attention to something, it's like your inner self being like, okay, this is a message that I've been trying to give you. So whatever that little inkling that jumps forward, that is a message for you from your inner self. And a lot of times when there's a lot of things happening, work, children, dates and going out, drinking, eating, all of the indulgence that we have throughout, life or the day or whatever position we're in, sometimes we can't hear ourselves because there's so much going on. You hear, I can't even hear myself think, that's what jumps out to me. But yeah, this is pretty much a message for you could be interested in a potential love and considering him, and trying to figure out what is it that you want in a man. Sometimes we watch these shows on YouTube or the dating shows, and a lot of times the host will ask them, what are you looking for in a man? And they say 6 figures and good looking, and so these are the things that make a huge difference. I guess looks have something to do with it, but these are like the characteristics that you want in a man in your life, your man. And for the men watching this, are you grounded? Are you working on it? There's a message here for you as well. So that's card number 2. I hope you like it. Let me just show it to you one more time. Maybe I'll take a separate shot later on and put them in the video. And then the third card is healing in love. Now, that says a lot. Let me just show you the card. And this picture, I hope it provokes something, or maybe it makes you upset, or, you know, why is the woman lower than the man? Or, I don't know. I just threw that out there. But, healing and love, just the first thing that comes to my mind is, sometimes we do have a lot of healing to do in relationships. Sometimes we know that, and sometimes we don't know that. And I guess so I've heard women or people say that they're healed, which is, that's wonderful that they have that consciousness that healing needs to happen in all of us, because we all, or a decent amount of us, carries some amount of trauma. And if we haven't worked on it, the trauma continues to reveal itself in different ways. But a lot of times you don't have to be whole and perfect to enter a relationship. I mean, I don't want to say that and then people bypass the hard work, but there is healing in, a lot of relationships. That's pretty much when two people become one. I mean, if I guess it can be seamless, I don't know, but my intuition is telling me for the majority of us, especially if you live here in the U.S., there's going to be some things that come up. And when you have a partner, that's like one of the main reasons why I made this deck, is that your partner is a mirror. Your partner is there for you to show you your triggers, to show you where you still need to work. What are you still working on? Union and marriage is about growth. So, this is the African proverbial wisdom. When the house is shaken, the wise do not abandon it. They strengthen the foundation. So that goes to say, when something happens, something is, happening, and, it's not all peace at the moment. It's like, okay, what are we going to do? Let's do the work. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's honor one another. This right here is two people honoring one another and saying, I come with this, let's work it out together. We both are coming, and let's, it's almost like a surrender, it's like, of course, I'm thinking about the internet, which has everything on it, but it's like, there's people screaming and crying, and it's like, you should know this about me, and I don't like this and I like that. And it's just like, how can we come to a place where we're honoring ourselves and our partner, in order to find healing for ourselves, and that can look a few different ways. That could be, I don't want to say isolation, but that could be you going off and, reflecting within and coming back. And so that could be a few different things. I'll just read the affirmation for this, which is, I choose to rebuild with care, not destruct with impulse. My love is steady, not shaken by storms. And what this card is asking of you is, have you brought the past into something new? Are you repairing with intention? This card calls for intentional repair, the kind rooted in emotional presence, sacred availability, sacred accountability, and availability, let's just throw that in there, and deep listening. Are you reacting to ghost just because it hurts? Just because it hurts doesn't mean it's rooted in the presence. Are we nurturing what we want to grow, or just responding to pain? And actually, I think this card was in the reverse. So I'm going to read the reverse meaning. And reverse, this card warns of quick fixes and avoidances. There may be an urge to pretend everything is fine, or to patch over deep issues with false peace. Ooh. You know. So that's the third card. You know. Where do you, whoever picked three, where do you see yourself in that? I thank you for being here. I thank you for, these are not like butterflies and kumbaya cards. These are kind of like in your face. So I thank you for being here, and I thank you for listening. And please leave a comment if you want me to do more of this, or subscribe. I would love to. I love talking about this stuff. Just let me know. And subscribe, I guess, comment, share to a friend. If you heard something that you're like, share with a friend. I would really appreciate that. And my cards are also for purchase. They're for sale. I said for purchase. They're for sale. I'll have the link in the description box. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you.